Here's a question. When it comes to expression, where does one begin? Is it what you choose, or why? Or maybe, just like blinking and breathing, it is just a natural function, a mere byproduct of simply existing. Good day and good evening. My name is Carlos Rodriguez, and this is Carlos's Curiosity Program. You know, it's quite fascinating. The origin of expression. Where does it start? Does it slowly appear without you even realizing? Is it a name or a voice? Maybe a feeling you can't quite express. Perhaps it's always existed, just waiting to be displayed. Whatever it is you believe, it's important to remember we all have something to share. My guest tonight is Mallbat, a multifaceted artist who ranges in style and medium. From her early work in stop motion, to music production, to 3D and 2D animation, exploring a wide range of themes and techniques. From her animation series, Good Girl and Mall City, along with her EP Trash Girl, each one revealing something endearing and bringing it to the foreground. So we here at Knopes Productions present to you Carlos's Curiosity Program. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mallbat. Can we get a round of applause, please, everyone in the room? Yeah! Woo! Yeah, let's go! Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe this is happening. I'm really excited, guys. Okay. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a sunny day in Chicago. Having a good time. How are you?
Not too bad. Spent a lot of this morning, honestly, just setting up. Dude, okay, here's what happened. We finished a monologue for a different episode, and we're like, okay, we have like an hour left. Like, we just set up, get the show ready. And I didn't write any of my questions down until like 20 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, fuck. I ran out of cue cards and I had to use sticky notes. But we got everything ready. The show is going to be good. The weather isn't as great. It's not sunny down here, but everything is fine. I wanted to just clarify quickly. Are you from Chicago or do you just live there now?
Loosely. I'm from like the suburbs, so not really. I wouldn't tell anybody that lives in Chicago that I'm from Chicago, but I would tell you that I'm from Chicago.
Okay,
you know?
got it.
Are you in Canada?
Yes,
right?
we are
okay.
in Nova Scotia,
yeah.
The East Coast.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a certain distance, and then I start saying I'm from, but on a technicality, no.
What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Orange? Okay. What's your second favorite color?
Are you serious?
No, sorry. Mine's purple, first of all.
Okay.
I did want to ask, for real, about the Chicago art scene or the animation scene. It's like very close knit and extremely like supportive for one another. So I was kind of curious about like your role in that, or like what that's been like.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm relatively like new to it. I used to live in Milwaukee for like 7 years. I went to school there. But a big reason I moved to Chicago is because of the art scene. I'd been coming down for like screenings and the such, and like people are more or less on the same wavelength. There's like kind of a thriving indie scene that I don't necessarily see as much in, I feel like, the two other big animation cities being like LA and New York, because they're, especially LA, very industry focused, and there's just like not an industry here for that, other than like commercial work, which people do, right? But yeah, there's a lot of like really phenomenal like independently run screenings. Like good friend Sarah Mae Schmidt runs Maltadult, which runs like twice a year, and is like a nice curated thing. My friend Dee Bentel runs Smash Your Fingers, which is like, I feel like the house show, like punk house show equivalent of an animation show,
Okay,
where like
yeah.
if you submit, like it gets in unless you're like saying like heinous shit, basically.
Okay, they're like super open. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of support and excitement in the air. I feel like, especially in animation, it's like, if you want to do animation, like you got to be kind of a masochist, right? Like
That's
this shit
fair.
takes so fucking long, you know, and like there's like a mutual understanding of that. And people want to bring more people in.
I think now is also like a better time than ever. Like especially the indie scene for animation, it's like very much alive and well. And the community surrounding it is like always extremely like supportive and helpful. So it's really cool to see, especially in the Chicago area, like what you guys have been able to essentially do together.
Yeah, it's yeah, I feel like there was kind of a lull for like a couple of years right after like YouTube monetization changed and Newgrounds started to dip, and we kind of had this lull period. But I feel like, especially since the pandemic, is that why people are animating now?
Honestly, I think that has to be
the reason for everything.
I truly believe that's like probably around when even I started to get interested in that kind of space too. There has to be a huge overlap between like people being inside for a very long time and people getting into like creative work.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I got back into it too. So
when you were in Milwaukee, did you go there for schooling or for work, or what brought you over there initially?
Yeah, initially I went there for like, I went to film school, like live action film school.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up doing like stop motion. I've been like, technically I've been animating for like since I was 8, basically. And I did that up until like high school. I was doing like Lego, like brick film stop motion stuff, and then was like, oh wait, teenagers, my friends can't know that I like play with Legos still. So I was like, okay, no, I got to do like live action, right?
Yeah.
And so I went through, 3 years of that, and then my senior year was COVID, and like the constrictions on like what our thesis could be were like airtight, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to do animation again, and got back into stop motion, did that for like 2 more years, and then made a pivot to 3D at a certain point because it was like too expensive, took too much space. Yeah,
something really interesting is the older stuff when you were younger, right? Like the Laser House Productions, the Lego animations.
Did your research?
I originally discovered your work through your Good Girl series, and then eventually through Mall City and all that stuff. But working my way backwards, the Lego animation stuff is super interesting. I remember that was literally one of the first things that I also did. Obviously not nearly to the same extent. I just like remember one time having Legos, taking my mom's shitty iPhone and doing like a shitty Lego animation and being like, yo, this is so cool. So it was really sweet, and like it was just nice to hear that you started out that way. Yeah,
I feel like there's so many like stories of that. Like I don't know, I guess maybe it was like with YouTube coming out, like I don't know, like as like a 8-year-old, I was like, oh my god, I could look up videos of anything.
This is crazy.
Legos and root beer. Yeah. And so it's like, oh my god, like a 3-year-old made this, I could do
root
that.
Beer on YouTube is so funny.
That was the first thing I looked up. My dad like sat me down and was like,
you could look
Jesse,
up anything.
I got something to show you. Check out this shit. I was like, look up root beer right now.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, and it's super sick starting from like Lego stop motion. I couldn't find the actual YouTube channel. I don't know if you want to share that or nothing, but
it's gone now.
Oh my god, dude.
There was like banned. I had like a video that like, not to brag, but I had a Lego video kind of blow up. And then some people like were re-uploading it, and so I like sent like a copyright strike to it because I was like, fuck you, which is like so antithetical to like who I am now. Yeah. But then YouTube was like, yeah, that doesn't add up. terminated.
Yeah,
so
you're literally not allowed to upload on this
videos.
website, so your account is banned.
Yeah, no, literally. It's rude. If you want to see it, I'll send it to you, though.
Please, that'd be so awesome. Dude, you're like 9, and you're like, this guy's trying to profit off my intellectual property right now. Send him a strike.
I was a real enterprise mogul.
Oh my, that's so funny. But yeah, the thing I found interesting is going from Lego animations and then seeing 17 Bulldozer Drive and seeing some of your early stop motion work. I was curious as to what that transition was like between like, I'm just having fun doing like my little Lego animations to taking it beyond that.
Yeah, I guess there's like a 7-year period between like the last Lego thing I did and the first like claymation thing I did, which was all like very experimental, very like like diary filmmaking. I don't know, very, very snooty. It's okay. There's a reason it's not online anyway.
Understood.
I guess like I was having fun doing like the Lego stuff, and it was very like low key.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to film school, and I had to be very serious. Like I'm a professional filmmaker now, right? I got to take myself seriously.
Yes.
And honestly, like I feel like moving back toward stop motion, even though it wasn't Lego, was kind of returning to that like experience of like I'm just doing this for fun. Like 17 Bulldozer Drive was for school.
Okay.
Right. So I did, that was like my thesis. And so, but everything after that, like genuinely just kind of felt more of the same, other than like, you know, instead of using Legos, I'm working at like a bigger scale. So like on a technical level, there's a few changes, but like ultimately like on an emotional level, like it did feel like a return to like why I was doing this in the first place.
Yeah, that's I think I realized or once I heard about the Lego stuff and then I saw 17 Bulldozer, in my head I tried to like make the connective tissue between the two. And I was kind of curious with starting out with like DIY physical things and then returning to like claymation and physical stuff for your thesis. Does that still play like a role almost in your creative process today?
In what way?
Rather than a high, like what you were describing as like, I must make high creative art, more or less returning to just like base fundamentals of experimentation almost.
Yeah, I think that's something I try and like carry with me now. It did feel like a great like realization of myself of like, I had it right when I was in middle school. I feel like that's like everything I was doing then was like, oh no, I like that for a reason, right? And I like pushed it down. And like I like take my art seriously, or I take creating it seriously, but I try not to take itself super seriously. I try not to take myself seriously, I think, more than anything. I think that's when art gets like really boring. I try not to overanalyze like any like subtext and subthemes through it. You know, I like
so
the David Lynch school of thought. He's like very just throw up on screen and like it'll be your truest thoughts because you thought of it. You know, I'm butchering him there, but like
if you forget an idea, you'll want to kill yourself.
No, I mean he's spitting facts.
He got some good ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that answers.
No,
that.
I think that's there's so much like nuance and like beauty to your work. I think when you describe it as you take the process of creation seriously, but not necessarily itself seriously, I think that's really interesting because your work is extremely sincere at times and like very emotional. And I wonder how you navigate between like, I'm creating because I don't know, I believe creation is like fun and beautiful, and towing the line between I don't want to be too serious at times, if that makes sense. Like navigating the two seems complicated.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. It is tricky. It is like a tightrope act. I feel like something that like keeps me grounded through that is like partially that I am in Chicago. There's not like an industry and like a framework around this. Most of my friends are not like animators. Most of my friends are like therapists or bartenders
working
and like
real jobs.
Yeah, so it's right. And like it's like kind of like a nice reminder of like, oh,
100%,
like,
yeah.
These are cartoons, you know? But on the other side, like if I don't take it seriously, if I don't take the craft and making it seriously, it won't get made, you know? Like you have to be like your number one cheerleader, otherwise you're never gonna like push through and make it.
Yeah, you're very much your own boss when it comes to everything gets consolidated into, you really have to keep yourself in check. You have to make sure you're keeping up with it or else things won't get made. And you have to remind yourself that this is just like fun, cute, beautiful animations at the end of the day. And this isn't like a philosophy or an economic forum piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think like, but like with that, like with it being like just a cartoon, like you do have to have that nugget of like, no, but like this is important though.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Or else like where does the drive come from? It
can make a difference in like the individual, right?
Yes.
It's like art is like a way to speak the thoughts that people cannot speak themselves, you know?
Oh, dude. Beautifully put. Round of applause, everybody. Woo! Dude, I was just speaking about this the other day. Someone was writing about it. The way I would describe it, for me personally at least, it really is distilling your spirit. It's not just like cool things moving on a screen. It really is just like your soul processed via software for people to like look at, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's both like extremely serious and meaningful and also like something cool to just enjoy. Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's like takes months and months and hours to make, and it's done in a minute.
Yeah, you tell somebody, oh yeah, I've been working for a week and a half on 5 seconds. And you're like, oh man. Would you say you're in like a heavy creative output phase right now, or more kind of resting currently, I guess?
Currently, I'd say high output. I did just finish Good Girl with a Gun, and I'm wrapping up a project that I'm doing for Television. So hopefully I can rest after that.
I'm very excited. You just finished the last episode, correct? Oh, that's on Patreon right now, correct?
It is, yeah. But I'll be releasing it soon. I don't know when this is coming out, but might be out already. Might be out already
by the time this. Regardless, visit Mallbat's Patreon, link in the description. We could do that, right? Yeah. Go check out their Patreon. So much cool stuff on there.
Check it out.
Why not? Hello, everybody. Just stopping by real quick for a little announcement. The Patreon is on sale for only $2.99. Yeah, you heard it right. $2.99 Canadian. You get access to the Patreon, which includes these episodes of Carlos's Curiosity Program a full week in advance. It also comes with a lovely community Discord. You also get tutorials for Blender 3D if that's something you're interested in. We also have just a bunch of series that are not on the channel anymore. So head on over there, put in your credit card information or your debit card. It's only $2.99. That's cheaper than a coffee, and with today's prices, that's it. Wanted to tell you guys that. Back to the episode. Beyond just like stop motion Legos and 3D and 2D animation, You're also a very good just illustrator. I've
Oh,
seen
thank
yeah,
you.
I've seen some of your older illustrative work, and I thought it was very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I don't do that as much anymore. I
Mhm.
was picking it up, like trying to fill up journals every year at the goal of like making 2D animation, but then I forgot about that, and so now I'm just drawing.
Do you still sketch every now and then, or?
Yeah, not as much as I used to. Now that I've like been doing animation and like commissions like more full time, I feel like the most I ever drew was when I was like working a minimum wage job, like
Yeah.
just wasting time at like a reception desk. I was like, well,
Might
what
as
else am I
well.
gonna do? Right? Like I don't want to just scroll this whole time. But I do try and make an effort of it. I feel like once it gets warmer, I definitely end up doing it more. It's fun to draw outside.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's good
say that.
people
Just
watching
going
stuff.
out, bringing
Right.
sketchbook, and just enjoying outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the series you've been working on, specifically with Good Girl with a Gun. I wanted to know where the original idea came from and how you decided to go about it.
I think initially it just came from like I'd been doing like the like more cell shaded like Minecraft shaders look of Mall City.
It is like a
for,
departure from your other styles. So I was,
yeah, it was like I was just like more or less getting tired of that and needed like a departure. And I've always admired work that's like I like love photo collage, like mashup sort of stuff. And so I made like a character model and a certain somebody in New York City got killed. And
a certain I don't know.
I don't know. You're gonna get taken off the air for this.
No, free Luigi, bro.
Free Luigi. Yeah, I don't know. I think I was like emboldened by that and wanted to one, take a departure like visually, but also tonally. I had like a lot of pent up feelings and anger and wanted to make something less sentimental.
Yes, a very good way to put it.
Yeah, something cathartic and something to maybe radicalize people. I also, my friend showed me a banging unwritten remix, and I wanted to make some music videos, and so that's where that came from.
Okay. Yeah, it's really interesting. All these like merging and connections leading to the series essentially starting. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
To talk a little bit about Mall City, I guess the same question applies. I'm just like so interested in these series. I like you said, it is much more sincere and heartfelt. And something I really appreciate about your work is your ability to pace things. This is something a lot of people. I'll speak for myself. Everyone else, you're doing amazing and great. I personally, at times, can struggle with pacing and slowing things down for a moment to let things breathe. I think you do an amazing job at just pacing in general, and your ability to. This might sound a little cringe or whatever, but your work is extremely emotionally charged to the point where I was like, tugging my collar a little bit. It was very emotional. I don't know. I have so much appreciation for your sentimental work, I guess.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I feel like that's like where like my heart lies in my art, is like the slower and the sentimental. And Good Girl with a Gun, in contrast, is the departure from that, and is my radicalized vacation from that. But Mall City. Yeah, I feel like the like backbone of that is like me interpreting my own experience and my friends' like experience, like living in a world that feels like it's changing faster than we can. And especially in the States, like we're living under like a rising fascist regime. and like through that, like the most important thing that like keeps me grounded is like the community and the people like closest to me. And I think that's just a story that I'm drawn to, right? I also hate video games where people talk way too much. And so I wanted to make something that had no dialogue and it could still be felt and understood. Both on like I just like can't deal with chatter. It's too much. But also like it could be understood by anyone of any culture, of any language.
Yeah, I think,
or if you can't even hear, right, you could still
exactly. Yeah, you do a very good job at expressing, emoting. It communicates very effectively, even without the need for dialogue. So yeah, you definitely nailed that.
Thank you.
To speak a little bit further about some of the stuff you created, your How to Give Yourself a Name video, I'd say that was definitely the most, I would say personally, like vulnerable I've felt watching some of your content. Yeah, you talk about a lot of very personal stuff, and that's where I learned about Laser House Productions, and that's kind of where I started my journey into uncovering some of the stuff you've done in the past. You talk about names as something you can collect and discard, and they're not as tied to you as you think they are. I kind of wanted to hear some of your philosophy on this.
The name that you're given like by your parents is like, I feel like for most people, and I guess just to speak for myself, because I don't know how everyone is, but speak for myself, like feels like it defines you in a large way. That like you move through the world knowing that like I am acting as like a Jesse would or as like Carlos would. And there's times where there's like asynchronicity in that, you know, even beyond like being trans, right? And it's just like on a gender level not matching up. I think like this is like a feeling that like a lot of people, cis people included, experience, of like needing to live up to this expectation of the name that they were given. But we have full autonomy of ourselves, like regardless of like what the world and what the forces that be say. You like ultimately define who you are, and like a big part of that is your name.
100%, yes.
And yeah, I think like especially like in like trans spaces, like there is this feeling that like, well, like I gotta get this name right, like I can't pick a bad one, you know, like I have to get this right. And I think like a big part of that video and like that philosophy is just like kind of like a, hey, like you're changing it already, like what's stopping you from doing that again, you know? Like it doesn't matter, like if your friends are cool, you know, then they will adjust to it again. And like odds are if you were like, hey, I'm Jesse, and they're like, okay, cool. Yeah. And then one day I was like, hey, I'm Samantha, they'd be like, okay, cool, you know, and just like have patience with them to adjust to that. Yeah, I think it's just like to remind that you have control of your own life.
To speak candidly for a little bit, I think the reason why that video resonated with me a lot is growing up, boring stuff. My mom was from Argentina. My dad was from Canada. I didn't have any cultural tie to my Hispanic side. And my name is Carlos. So there's some internal conflict there where my name being Carlos was like, it didn't make sense to me. I remember actually hating my name when I was younger because I was like, I'm not Hispanic. I grew up culturally a white person. And it was very like confusing for a long time. I felt like my racial identity didn't really make sense with like the culture I grew up in. And I found it really hard to express that to like anybody. And another thing I really appreciate is your idea of like radical autonomy, where you're not necessarily purely defined by a name or anything. I don't even believe that I'm defined by an identity 100%. I very much believe that you can change who you are very quickly and with no reason. You're not necessarily tied to anything. So I don't know, watching your video, it resonated a lot, and I don't know, I appreciated it a lot. I don't know if I did that okay, guys.
You did great. No, listen, that's like, I appreciate it. And that's like hard to talk about, right? And it's like, there's that feeling of like, this is cringe or this is like embarrassing, but it's like, it's because it's like raw and emotional, but that's like, I don't know, that's important. That's important to speak on. And yeah, there's like a lot wrapped up in a name. I can't, yeah, it's a tough thing to come to terms with. Landing in a space that feels like you, especially when you have that conflict, right? Of me like being trans, or like feeling like you don't fit into like part of your culture and your history that you have with you, that your like name represents.
Yeah.
You know, I can't speak entirely on it, right? I'm white to the bone.
White to the bone. There's something about the video itself that like pulled me in, and I felt like I could connect to it. And I don't know, I thought it was like beautiful.
Well, thank you. That means a lot to me. I'm glad you got that from it.
What's your favorite piece of art, or what's your favorite piece that you've made?
That I've made?
It's a tough one.
I think How to Give Yourself a Name like is like holds a special place in my heart. It's like one that I look back on and I like don't understand like how I made it. Like I know physically and like on a technical level how I did, but like it did feel like this very like personal departure that like is even now like I don't know if I could do that. It's just like a special point in time. But I think maybe that's my fave. I don't know. Mall City also just like, yeah, that's my baby, you know. I can't pick a favorite.
Yeah, exactly. It really is just like picking your favorite child. Oh man.
Yeah.
I keep gushing, but there's so much of your art that like I love. Like Mall City, I think the video is called First Aid. Another really sweet one. There was also Sisterhood Simulator 2004.
Yeah.
Another really good one.
I forgot.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I love your stuff so much. I'm so glad you're just here. It makes no sense to sit. I don't know if this interview is going okay or not, but I'm having a blast,
It's going good
guys.
on my end.
I don't like having to shit every day. Is there something wrong with that?
No.
Here's like a way for your kid not to be fat. Okay.
There's a girl in Marvel. What is the line between eating disorder and just being healthy?
Mindset. That's what white people don't want kids because we're
White
we're,
people
we're
don't
gay and
want
don't
kids.
believe in God. Mason, you
I-
on girl boss hormone, right? GBH.
More like TBH. I don't think you should have done that.
More like TBH. I hope he's okay.
Nice, guys.
Guys, we're on a roll.
The Knopes Productions Patreon. The best $2.99 you can spend.
So in Mall City, the main character protagonist, I'd imagine, is a representation of yourself. Who do the other characters represent? Are they like aspects of yourself, or maybe other people, or?
Yeah, so you are right. Like K is like about as like close as it gets as like a self-insert for me.
Yeah. I kind of saw that one.
I guess like technically like Good Girl with the Gun uses my face, but like I don't think of that as myself.
Yes, that's like, a really interesting way to put it. Yeah.
So I could use live action. Anyway, off topic. Yeah, K is like feels very entirely me, especially like me in my like early 20s, in that like wandering period of like not knowing where I'm going and like not knowing who I am, and also just like a lack of like self-confidence. And then the rest of like the crew, Penny, who's like the skater girl, and Bug, who's in first aid, is Kay's little brother, are like amalgamations of like other parts of myself as well as the rest of the people in my life. I like think about like Bug a lot in terms of like my little sister and our relationship growing up. I also think about like him as like I've like got like a 3-year-old nephew, and so like as he's grown up, especially as I've been working on this, it's like I think I made Bug around the time that he was born, so now I've got some like some weird
connection
and feelings about that. It's an amalgamation of people and experiences. I'm never adapting like life stories literally in that, even outside of like the sci-fi stuff with it.
Yes.
It is like I don't want to like replicate somebody's like traumatic life experience with like Penny getting kicked out of her house right in the 3rd episode. Like that's like not my place, but like I can interpret the folks around me that have lived with that, and also just like the feeling of like disappointing a parent and like being out on your own, right? Or running away. So it's a whole jumbo.
I feel like I have done the same thing. A lot of my stuff is either like some level of self-insert. I feel like that's like natural for most artists though.
There's like a stigma around being like self-insert, but it's like, who else am I gonna put in there?
I'm gonna self-insert.
It only gets bad when you're like, and I'm gonna give myself a smoking hot babe.
I'm gonna
like,
self-insert and I saved the day, or like just something ridiculous. That's my favorite part about. No, you're fine. My favorite part about personal work is being able to like pull from family and like childhood experiences. I've done that more than I like to admit, with either like having my brother as like a character in a video, or like referencing my sisters, or I just love to reference my family. It's like kind of like my best way to be like, I love you guys, if that makes sense. Yeah, but I totally understand. I feel like
that's really felt in your work too, though. There's like a diary quality to your animations. I feel like, is it Weed Palace? I think that's the first one I saw. And was so like charmed brother. By it. It's like, that's like ultimate like older brother, like younger sibling experience. It's very sweet and charming, and you make good stuff.
Oh, well, thank you. My friend who's helping me record right now, one of their best friends is actually a huge fan of yours, and their name is Hector. From Colombia. He's all the way in Colombia. He's a huge fan. His name is Hector. She was wondering if you could shout out Hector. I don't know.
Yeah, what? Hey, Hector. Hey, Hector from Colombia.
Shout out Hector from Colombia.
Shout out Hector. We love Hector.
Shout out Hector. He's cool as fuck.
That's right.
Oh my god. Okay. To reorient myself a little bit, I want to speak a little bit about Kunivision. Kunivision and the community surrounding it. Low key, I've been kind of inspired. I would really like to do an entry into that at some point. Oh man. But how did you and Kunivision eventually like cross paths, and when did you start eventually putting in entries?
So I learned of Kunivision, I think just like through social media. I heard about the first Kunivision, which is curated by Maddie Brewer, who's like partnering with Kunivision, and that's like what I made Sisterhood Simulator for that first one. And I've just like very what's the word? I really like their like mission statement and their like ideology. It's like Similar to like what I was saying about my friend's show, Smash Your Fingers, is like they'll accept everything that's like on brand and like not like offensive, right? And like follows the like guidelines, right? And it's just this thing that's like making Sisterhood Simulator and then seeing the stream, or like I didn't get to go to the show, but they do shows like in every single city, a lot of cities, and it's such like an awesome feeling to like see your work alongside like all of this like incredible art, you know, especially like early on in like your art career. And I think it like sets a good example for like younger artists, or, you know, people who are just like beginning their like animation or artistic journey. It like gives them a platform and a space to share their work, you know, and be seen by others. And I think that's like an important thing to experience. And yeah, then I've just like been keeping up with their stuff. I made something for Web 5000. 0.0. I made You Can't Eat the Internet. Is that what that was for, or inspired by?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was for that one. Yeah. Yeah, and they're based out of Minneapolis. I met them in Ottawa, Canada.
Shout out.
For the animation fest that happens there, and they're lovely people. I got in touch, and then Maddie, who did Kunivision 1, I met her there too, and so she reached out to me and was like, do you want to co-curate this episode? Just because like her work, she did a series for a Smalls series for Adult Swim called Chips. It's like about this like
also love the art style on this too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. This like smoking babe with like breast implants and like lip filler. Like she's like total like she's a knockout, right? And she's like killing like nasty guys basically. And like she saw a good girl with a gun and was like, hey, I think we like make things on the same wavelength. And so we're making a short right now. Okay. But yeah, that's the gist of it. I just kept submitting. And
so
nice
for Kunivision 2, you're co-curating on that one?
Yeah, I think their official title is showrunner. Because like it's like not typical curation, you know, like we're, like I said, like accepting most things. The curation is really coming through like communicating the theme and like making the like world that these like cartoons exist in, and then also like ordering them. But outside of that, it's like pretty hands off. You definitely should make something for that. I don't know what the next theme is, but
dude, I would love to
like,
collab. Honestly, I feel like we could cook up something really cool.
I think we probably could.
That'd be sick. Is there anything you're excited to work on next? Is my first question before the next one.
I'm going back to Mall City. It's just returning home. Now that I've finished Good Girl with a Gun, I'm like, okay, I gotta like stay in one lane, because anytime I make a cartoon, I'm always tempted to make it a series, and I can't keep doing that.
Yeah, it's very hard to just like one and done. I mean, it's possible, but attached. Yeah, it's very easy to get attached to like the characters and everything. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you wanted to like shout out or promote or say to the lovely people of the world?
Go watch the VOD of Kunivision 2, Fix Your Hearts or Die. It'll be out by then. Good Girl with a Gun will be out by then. Check out Knopes Production.
Guys, that's us.
Check out ddbental.com.
Oh, shit.
Check out...
look up Root Beer on YouTube right now.
Look up Root Beer. Actually, yeah, if you could find Root Beer Fight, I'll look for it and I'll send it to you. This is a foundational text.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Root Beer Fight. Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm excited to see this. Yeah. Again, thank you so much for doing this. Actually, I can't believe you did it. Me. This was super awesome. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully we can play some CS:GO soon.
Boom.
All right. And outro time. This is the outro for Tyler. Guys, what an amazing episode. Wasn't that awesome? Thank you guys for watching today's episode of Carlos's Curiosity Program. Next episode in 1 week from now.